If you're working harder than you did a year ago and you're still not where you thought you'd be by now, stay right here because in the next 20 minutes, I'm going to show you exactly why and exactly how to break your stuckness. And I'm going to do it with real stories, real tools, and one exercise you can use today. So you're not lazy, you're not undisciplined, you're stuck because you're solving the wrong problem. I've coached founders running half million, million, 2 million, $5 million companies, retail, coaching, product development, and business to business to customer. Same problem every single time. By the end of this video, I'll give you the exact tool that rewires this in under 5 minutes. But first, you need to see why it's happening. And I promise you, once you see it, you won't be able to unsee it. So quick thing, if you're new here, hit subscribe. Every week I break down one thing keeping high performers stuck and hand you a real tool to move through it. This channel exists for one reason, so you stop guessing and start knowing. So, okay, let's get into it. This isn't about people who aren't trying. This is about people running that 500,000 to 5 million revenue generating business who are still white knuckling growth. Let me tell you about Jordan, a client of mine. Jordan runs a firm doing just over 3 million a year. Team of 12, systems documented, KPIs on a dashboard. By every outside measure, Jordan is winning. But Jordan told me, I built the business I said I wanted, and I still feel like I'm behind. I want you to sit with that for a second. Think about it. I'm behind while running a 7-figure company. That's not a Jordan problem. That's a pattern. And here's what made it click for Jordan. Jordan had already tried the obvious fixes: a new CRM, a new hire in operations, a 4-day work week experiment. Every single fix was targeted to the business, but one was not aimed at the person running the business. So it sounds like that's you. If you say that sounds like me, I want you to know how many of you are living this, because I have a feeling it's more of you than you'd guess. Here's the part nobody says out loud: effort was never the variable. You've been optimizing the wrong lever the entire time. The gap between how hard you're working and how far it's actually moving you, that's the loop. And loops don't break from the outside. You cannot strategy your way out of an identity problem. I'll say that again because it matters. You cannot strategy your way out of an identity problem. You can hire, you can systematize, you can automate every single process in your business, and you will still feel stuck if the person running it all hasn't changed. Here's the good news: the loop breaks in one place, the identity ceiling underneath the strategy ceiling. So today, you're getting 5 things. Number one, the exact anatomy of the stuck loop. Number two, why more effort actually reinforces it. Number three, the hidden trap that keeps high performers stuck the longest. Four, the one mental fitness tool that interrupts it daily. And five, the environment shift that makes staying unstuck inevitable, not a one-time win. Stick with me. This gets good. So let's break this down. 5 parts to break the loop. Part one, ceiling blindness. You can't see the identity ceiling because you're inside it. Dana came to me A client running a company just under 2 million, every year, a new certification, a new system, a new hire. Same ceiling every year. Dana's exact words, I kept upgrading the business. I never upgraded the person running it. So remember that, because that sentence is the whole video. Part two, the 5 parts to break the loop: velocity without vector, motion and direction, no compounding direction, being busy. Busy is not the same as built. Ask yourself, how much of what you did this week actually compounded? Most founders can't answer that quickly, and that's the tell. If you can't immediately name what compounded, you were in motion, not in momentum. Here's a test you can run tonight. Pull out your calendar from last week, and every single meeting, every task, every fire you put out, ask one question: did this build something that still exists next month? If the honest answer is no, you just found where your effort is leaking. Part three, the 5 parts to breaking the loop: certainty debt, every unresolved I am doing this right moment taxes your decision speed and your confidence. By Thursday, you're deciding from depletion, not clarity. What I call decision fatigue, and here's why most people don't realize about it. Decision fatigue doesn't feel like fatigue. It feels like irritability. It feels like avoidance. It feels like I'll deal with that tomorrow on the exact decision that mattered most. And that's not a character flaw. That's a depleted battery making choices it shouldn't be making. Part four, identity lag. Your business grew faster than your self image that caught up. You're driving a bigger car with hands on a bicycle. Think about your own business right now. Whatever revenue number you're at today, I'd bet your internal self talk is still calibrated to a number for a few years ago. That gap between your actual results and your internal identity, that's the lag. And it's the single biggest reason successful people still feel like imposters. Part five, the comparison trap. This is the one that keeps high performers stuck the longest because it's disguised as ambition. You look at someone one level ahead of you, and instead of using them as a map, you use them as a measuring stick against your own worth. Every scroll through someone else's launch, someone else's revenue screenshot, someone else's stage quietly reinforces the identity lag. We just talked about you're not just behind, you're on a different clock, running a different race, but you can't see that while you're stuck comparing your chapter 3 to someone else's chapter 12. So trying harder inside the same identity just tightens the loop. You don't need more hustle. You need a new operating standard. Okay, here's the tool I promised you, and stay with me because I'm going to show you exactly how to use it today, not just what it is. It's called the Gratitude Journal. Sounds soft next to $1 million P&L. It's not soft. Trust me on that. It's identity conditioning. Every night, 3 lines in a daily reflection story. What moved, number 2, what you handled without panic. And number 3, who you're becoming. Let me show you what that actually looks like. It's not abstract. Here's an entry from a real week. Line 1, what moved? I moved the vendor contract forward, even though I didn't feel ready. Line 2, what you handled. I handled a client complaint without spiraling for days like I used to. Line 3, who you're becoming. I'm becoming someone who trusts my own decisions faster. Notice none of these 3 lines are about revenue. They're about evidence. Your brain doesn't run on what's true, it runs on what's proven. Through repetition, you can see this. And right now, your evidence file is full of gaps, not growth. 3 lines a night rebuilds that file on purpose instead of by accident. Jordan did this 6 months later, same revenue, almost the same revenue, completely different person running it though. And not because Jordan worked harder, because Jordan finally worked on the right ceiling. Dana did this too. Dana stopped collecting certifications and started collecting evidence who of who Dana had become. Within weeks, decisions got faster, not because anything in the business changed, but because the person making the decision changed first. If you want the room where founders do this identity work together, it's called the CEO Reset Council. And if you want direct one-on-one support, that's my individual coaching program. Both links are in the description. No pressure to start with the journal tonight. That's a real step. Either way, you don't need more information. You need a new standard, real support, and the willingness to stop proving effort and start engineering results. Start tonight, 3 lines, what moved, what you handled, who you're becoming. And the next time you catch yourself comparing your chapter to somebody else's chapter, come back to this video. And remember, you're not behind, you're becoming. If this hits home, comment stuck below. I read every single comment and tell me more about it. What should I break down next for you? If you're not subscribed yet, do it now. New episode every week. And next week, we're going deeper on exactly how to spot the comparison trap before it wrecks your week. You will not want to miss that one. And if you want to see exactly what happens after this loop breaks, watch the next video. Thank you and have an outstanding day. Look forward to working together and just celebrating success with you. Bye.